The sun was rising between Manhattan's massive skyscrapers as Alex Reynolds walked toward the office building in his elegant navy suit and shiny leather shoes. After 15 years of work, the company he had built was now one of New York's most successful technology firms. People greeted him respectfully as he walked confidently past them. When he entered Reynolds Technologies' modern open-plan office, employees were already focused on their work. As Alex headed toward his impressive glass-walled office, his assistant Jessica met him at the door. Jessica was slender, with intelligent eyes, and always maintained a professional appearance. "Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Everyone is ready for the board meeting. Mr. Daniels is already waiting for you in the meeting room. All documents for the Westridge deal have been prepared." "Thank you, Jessica. Michael is early as usual. Could you please prepare a cup of my Colombian coffee?" Jessica nodded in confirmation, and Alex walked to the meeting room. At the head of the large glass table sat Michael Daniels, Alex's closest friend since university, and the company's COO, checking last-minute changes on his computer. They had built this company from nothing together. "Here's our company star. Ready for the big presentation? Westridge is one of the biggest fish in the market, and this deal will change our lives. I'm more ready than ever. This is the moment we've been waiting for 5 years. The Westridge deal will make us not just a national player, but a global one. Their sales will also double thanks to our new technology." The meeting went perfectly. The Westridge representatives were impressed with the presentation and signed a preliminary agreement. While Alex and Michael celebrated their success, everyone in the office shared the excitement of this major step. In the evening, when he returned to his luxury apartment in the Upper East Side, his wife Sarah was preparing a special dinner in the kitchen. Known for her love of Italian cuisine, Sarah had prepared homemade pasta and risotto for Alex. Their 2 children, Emma and Ethan, were playing with their new tablet computers in the corner of the living room. When Alex entered the home, though tired, he was happy to see his family. The cheerful voices of the children took away all his fatigue. "Hello to my home. How about giving the luckiest dad in the world a hug?" The children immediately abandoned their games and ran to hug their father. Emma played with her father's tie, while Ethan searched his pockets for candy. "How did the meeting go?" asked Sarah as she came out of the kitchen and kissed her husband on the cheek. Her elegant dress and light makeup made her look attractive as always. "Perfect! We signed the Westridge deal. Michael's market strategy impressed the entire board. We made a 5-year agreement that will nearly triple our company's value." Sarah hugged Alex joyfully. "That's wonderful news. We should celebrate." "Absolutely. Oh, by the way, should we invite Michael and Diana over for a barbecue this weekend? We haven't seen them socially in a long time." "Great idea. I wonder how Diana's new decoration company is doing. I'll ask her and Michael tomorrow." As the family chatted happily over dinner, none of them were aware of the approaching storm. The next day, Rachel Wong, the company's meticulous financial director, noticed some discrepancies on her computer during her routine checks. She frowned, adjusted her glasses, and leaned closer to the screen. An American of Hong Kong descent, Rachel was known for her diligence in maintaining the company's financial health. "This can't be right. These figures don't match at all." After rechecking all accounts for an hour, Rachel picked up her phone and called Alex. Her voice was concerned. "Alex, we need to talk urgently. There are some serious problems." "What's wrong, Rachel? I'm in a conference call right now." "I've found significant discrepancies in the financial reports. Some of the funds allocated to the Westridge project have been transferred to another account. About $2 million. "What? That's impossible. Who has access to these accounts? How could such a large amount be transferred without anyone noticing?" "Only top management can access these accounts. That means just 3 people. You, me, and Michael." Worry crossed Alex's face. Michael and their 15-year friendship. "This can't be," he thought. He immediately ended his meeting and went to Michael's office. Michael was typing something on his computer and smiled when he saw Alex. "Hey, buddy, I talked to Westridge's technical team. They're excited about the integration plan." "Michael, can we talk privately?" Michael raised his eyebrows slightly and looked up from his screen. "Sure, what's up? You look serious." Rachel found some financial discrepancies. There's $2 million missing from the Westridge project. It's been transferred from the company accounts to another account. Michael's expression changed. His smile disappeared. He leaned back slightly in his chair. "It's probably an accounting error. You know, these things can happen in big projects. I'll look into it." Alex got straight to the point. "Michael, did you take the money?" There was a long silence. The two old friends looked into each other's eyes. "Alex, we've been friends for 15 years. We've worked together since university. How can you ask me something like that? I see you as my brother." "Then tell me honestly, if it wasn't you who tampered with the accounts, who was it?" Michael stood up and walked toward the window. "Maybe it was a hacker attack. Let's talk to our cybersecurity team." Alex could see the evasive look in Michael's eyes. Something was wrong, very wrong. Later that day, Alex was alone reviewing files. He was going through all financial records, transfers, and contracts. Jessica knocked lightly on the door and entered. "Mr. Reynolds, it's the end of the workday, but I thought I should show you this before I leave." Jessica handed Alex a yellow envelope. "I saw Michael pick this up from the printer today. He accidentally left it on his desk. While glancing at it, well, the contents concerned me." Alex opened the envelope and began examining the documents inside. He was shocked. He was holding secret correspondence between Michael and another technology company, Reynolds' biggest competitor, Tech Fusion. Apparently, Michael was making plans to sabotage the Westridge deal and sell the company's valuable technology to competitors. "Jessica, thank you for bringing this to me. Don't mention these documents to anyone, okay?" Jessica nodded and left the office. Alex continued examining the documents and stayed at the office until well past midnight. When he returned home late at night, Sarah was waiting for him in the living room, watching television with a glass of wine. She was wearing a silk nightgown, and her hair fell onto her shoulders. "Alex, finally, I was so worried. You didn't say you'd be this late. Are you okay? You look exhausted." Alex took off his jacket and collapsed onto the couch. His face reflected complex emotions. "Sarah, Michael is stealing from the company. And worse, he's secretly working with our competitors. He's leaking information to Tech Fusion and trying to sell our technology." Sarah put down her wine glass, her eyes widening in surprise. "What? I can't believe this. Michael is your closest friend. Why would he do something like that?" "I couldn't believe it either. But the documents I have are clear. I'm having an emergency meeting with the board tomorrow. We need to remove Michael from the company." Sarah hesitated for a moment before hugging Alex, but there was a strange look in her eyes. "I'm sorry, Alex. This must be very difficult. Maybe there's an explanation." What explanation could justify secretly transferring $2 million and selling company secrets? The next day, the board members had gathered in the company's conference room for an emergency meeting. Everyone looked concerned. Michael hadn't arrived yet. "Honorable board members, I've called you here to discuss a very serious situation. Unfortunately, we've detected a major security breach and financial misconduct in our company." Just as Alex was about to continue his speech, the door opened. Michael entered with Thomas Parker, Westridge's burly, gray-haired CEO. Both looked confident. "Good morning, everyone," Michael said loudly. "You all know Mr. Parker, the CEO of Westridge. We have a very important announcement for you." Thomas Parker cleared his throat and began speaking. "Reynolds Technology is now officially a subsidiary of Westridge. The agreement was signed last night in a special meeting with the shareholders, and I am very pleased to introduce Michael Daniels as the new CEO of the company." Alex stood up in shock. What nonsense is this? There is no such agreement. I am the majority shareholder of the company, and no such meeting took place. Michael replied with a cold smile. There is, Alex. It was signed last night. And yes, you were the majority shareholder. Not anymore. The new majority of shareholders approved the agreement. That's impossible. How can this happen without my knowledge? There was a gleam of victory in Michael's eyes. Sarah sold her shares, and acting as your proxy, she also transferred your stake. Alex's world collapsed. Sarah, his own wife, sold him out? He left the meeting in anger and shock and went straight home. Sarah was at home, sitting calmly in the living room as if she had been waiting for him. There was a suitcase beside her. You sold your shares? You pulled my own company out from under me? How could you do this, Sarah? Does our 13-year marriage mean nothing to you? Sarah stood up, her face now showing not love but a cold expression. Alex, you need to understand. What do I need to understand, Sarah? You betrayed me. You ruined my life. Betrayal? Sarah's voice hardened. What about your betrayals? What about your affair with Jessica? Your love affair that's been going on for months? Alex froze in shock. What are you talking about? Michael showed me last month. All the messages, secret meetings, hotel records. It was all there. How you betrayed your wife and children. What? There's nothing between Jessica and me. This is completely made up. Michael lied to you. Liar, Sarah shouted angrily. Michael told me everything. He even told me about your secret plans to sabotage the company. How you wanted to sabotage the Westridge deal and then start a rival company with Jessica. Alex shook his head in confusion. Sarah, these are all lies. Michael has plotted to turn us against each other. Please believe me. It's too late, Alex. I forwarded the divorce papers to my lawyer. I'm going to my mother's with the children. Meanwhile, in Michael's luxury penthouse apartment with a view of Central Park, Michael was raising a crystal champagne glass while Diana stood beside him. Diana was Michael's longtime girlfriend, whom he had kept secret from Alex. You finally did it. Now the company is yours, and you'll make millions. We did it, my love. We made Alex curse the day I introduced him to Sarah. Our 3-year plan has finally borne fruit. Michael's phone rang. Jessica's name appeared on the screen. Yes, Jessica? My job is done. Sarah reacted just as you said she would. It was worth working overtime to create fake messages and hotel records for Alex. Perfect. I'll see you in your new office tomorrow. My new assistant. After leaving home, Alex went straight back to the office. He copied important files from his computer and secured documents that proved Michael's secret plans. Then he called Rachel. Rachel, you were right about Michael, but the situation is more complicated than we thought. Jessica and Sarah are involved too. They've set up a big conspiracy. What can I do with the evidence I have? Alex, this is no longer just a company matter. A large amount of money has been stolen, and there's corporate espionage. We need to go to the FBI. The FBI? Should we go that far? Michael didn't just defraud you. He defrauded all the shareholders and employees. This is a federal crime. The next morning, Alex and Rachel were standing in front of the FBI building in New York. Alex was holding a large file. Are you sure, Alex? This is a path of no return. Michael didn't just defraud me. He defrauded the investors and employees. He also separated my wife and children from me. He must be held accountable. Let's go in. After examining the documents, the FBI agents quickly took action. Michael's office and home were raided. All financial records were examined. Secret accounts and offshore transfers were uncovered. 3 months later, in the federal court of the Southern District of New York, Michael, Jessica, and Sarah sat side by side in the defendant's chair. The national media had been following the case for months, with headlines proclaiming the biggest betrayal in the tech world. The judge announced the verdict. The jury has found the defendants guilty of corporate fraud, shareholder manipulation, identity theft, and financial crimes. Michael Daniels is sentenced to 12 years in prison, Jessica Roberts to 5 years, and Sarah Reynolds to 3 years. As Alex left the courtroom, he felt both sadness and happiness at having gained custody of his children, Emma and Ethan. He would do his best to ease the trauma the children were experiencing as their mother went to prison. 1 year later, Alex and Rachel were standing in front of a new building with the sign Reynolds and Wong Technologies. The two children were beside them, now a bit older. Despite all the difficulties, Alex and Rachel had managed to establish a new company, regained most of their former clients, and even developed a new patented technology. How does it feel to start over, Alex, after everything you've been through? Alex looked at his children, then turned to Rachel. She was no longer just a business partner, but someone who held a special place in his life. It's difficult, but worth it. Life sometimes delivers unexpected blows, but what matters is getting up and continuing. This time I'm working with the right people, and my most valuable assets are by my side. Alex held his children's tiny hands, smiled at Rachel, and they walked through the glass doors of the building that symbolized their new life. Emma looked at her father and asked, "Dad, will we be happy now?" "Yes, sweetheart. We'll all be happy together now."